how I show up in my relationships is tranquility. Like, I have that ability because I did all that shadow work. So I have that ability to move people away from tumultuous way of thinking, like mental conflict, and move them to calmer waters. People like to be around me. They appreciate that energy, that nurturing energy. It's very therapeutic. It's healing. Strength. Yeah, I guess we all can say we've done this for a person or another. That we have that integrity, that loyalty, that undying loyalty, that vile nature. Even when the situation was bad, you still remain loyal. You still kept your character intact. You still were a woman of value, a woman of integrity. That's what this tells me between the Queen and the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and that Strength card. It's like I walk away when I decide I've had enough, not jumping from person to person, so to speak. Not that it matters if someone did that, because that's a part of their journey. But how I show up is devout and real. Not like a player. Knight of Air. I'm very witty. Quick on my feet. Can extend the conversation for hours. Like, I love to talk, as you can see. Owning my power inspires others to do the same. I'm not afraid to shine. Yeah, I've always had that bold attitude. Like, I'm not afraid to do anything I put my mind to. Even as a young kid, I was like that. And it blew my parents' mind at times. But you have to, like it says, I can expand time when I'm inspired. I've always had a way, like my creativity was like my best friend growing up, because I can always improvise and create something to keep my mind occupied. And it makes me that phenomenon today. People think hermiting is weird. When it's done healthily, in a healthy fashion, being in hermit mode is seeking wisdom. Sometimes you have to disengage from everything and everyone to get that soul's inspiration to figure out who you are and where you're going next. I can expand time when I'm inspired. And it takes being in hermit mode to do that, so to speak. Ten of Pentacles. For me, that is wealth and family. That's true. Being around the right people, you gotta be able to attract the right people by working on yourself. Like, being in a hermit mode is wisdom. That's seeking wisdom. So you can never go wrong with being like that. How does my partner perceive me? He loves me so much that all kinds of thoughts race through his mind about me. That just knowing that I need a little bit of time at times can kind of put him in that negative headspace, but he's assured, that we are a union. So he doesn't stay there long, thank God. And the Knight of, what is that? That's a page of Earth. That's here twice. He wants to go the distance. He would go the distance. Like, hell yeah. I would go the distance with her. I could just listen to her talk all day because she has something to say. It's not gibberish. And it's beneficial. What else does he like about me? My spirituality. Just being balanced and healing and growing and still remaining in good character. You just want to be the best version of yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody should strive to be the best version of themselves. Take care of yourself. No one's going to do it for you. I mean, it's not all like holy scriptures and prayer. There's a lot of that but it's also a lot of this too. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, we are like this with each other. There's no two ways about it. And we don't have kids yet. But you being in the Queen of Wands energy is not too far behind, especially with the Queen of Pentacles here. Like, you're in a healthy space, so you have healthy sex. You have hot circuit sex. Stop telling y'all that. That's not anybody's business. But it's true. And just like that Knight of Swords. Witty, sarcastic, kind of a dry sense of humor a little bit. But you're very quick-wit. You know, you're always learning the next best thing. You know, it's like, now that I've experienced that, what else is there to learn? Like, there's always an adventure. To stay healthy. And that's being a teacher. The Hierophant is also being a teacher. It can represent God too, and I feel like it represents both. Being a teacher and being married, being longtime partners, being longtime friends, being a guru in what you both specialize in. You know what? My guy, his beard is light colored like that, and my hair looks like that. And then, that's what I mean with the expert. Being intellectual, being wise. Let it teach you. Let it shape shift you. Like, life shapes and shifts every day for all of us. So we have to shape shift with it. Okay, my mind doesn't go to sleep. It runs a mile a minute. I'm always learning something or doing something or talking. I like to talk about it. So you'll hear from me a lot more, talking about different things, whether it's the economy or just people, therapy, healing, love, business, sex, sports. There's a few things I like. What else can I tell you? I can't control the world, but I can control how I choose to perceive it. Exactly. I take people for what they are, for what they act. It's not what you say you do, it's what you do. To me, that's what I get from this card. And I perceive people based off of how they behave. What else can I tell you? I do get a lot of downloads in my dreams. I am very intuitive. I don't think it's a secret. Maybe to some. There's no practice of dark arts or nothing like that. It's very spiritual, but that spiritual connection is the Most High. You are afflicted with trials every day where you see this road. You got your higher self and your lower self, and the devil is always the third party. But no rituals under the moon, nothing like that. I know people do it, but this isn't what this is. This is journaling. Okay? This is a public platform and journaling. A life experience, a spiritual journey. So people like to know why you use tarot cards. Sometimes people are into this on the tabloid level more than they're into it on the psychotherapy, therapist level. You can go to a therapist's office and they have all kinds of weird things in there, but they're all meant to pick your brain and peel back layers to get to the root of your problem so you can fix it. So that's what the cards have done for me. I read them intuitively. I know what they're supposed to represent too, but they're more so intuitive. I don't need cards to read anything. I just like using them because it's a form of reading, and it's a form of energy, of reading the room, not so much channeling anything dark. Although there are people who practice that, they use anything. It don't stop at tarot cards. They can use people, places, or things to do that. But that's not me. What else can I tell you about me? See, that Temperance card is there again. Health is wealth. Look how in shape She got like a nice ass. She got the long legs. I'm like one of those mature women who look like a baby, so to speak. Like I'm still young, but I'm mature, who looks like a baby at the same time. Maybe I'll post a picture of myself one day. When you see her, you know she's disciplined and she has strong work ethic and she's wise and she's firm in her feminine energy and she's disciplined and she's cutthroat, not just because she's been through things, just because, like, not just because of her feelings. She's more than just somebody who protects herself from her feelings. She's a whole warrior. Her and the Queen of Wands, they're the warriors of the deck. You know, they fight. They like to fight. And this person uses her words. She uses her intellect as well as, that's what the sword represents. It's your intellect, communication. It's not always about cutting somebody down. I use them same words to build people up. That part. Look what follows it. A priest. I'm very into my sexuality, so I like using the cards that show sex. Like it's not a mundane thing for me. Like a priestess or a priest, somebody who's a leader of the community. Because that's what I feel my place is a leader of a community. Knowing what I know and the way I move. Like how I choose to utilize what I know. My greatest experience of freedom comes when I let go of what other people think. I've never been a person who cared about what other people think. Even though people like to tell you what they think all the time. But you do get, it is a sense of freedom for those who value other people's opinions to that level of generosity, that velocity of generosity. I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but freedom. There's no feeling of freedom when you trust God and just go and be your authentic self. I'll probably stop right here because I have other things I want to say too.